The Young and the Restless spoilers. 3 reasons Nikki needs to leave Victor and not look back. The Young and the Restless, YNR. Spoilers reveal that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, needs some tough love. He is a complicated character, but in recent days he has shown his ornery side to the 10th degree. Unless this changes, we fully support Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, leaving him for good. She told him in no uncertain terms that she would leave his behind unless he let go of the stolen AI program and stopped harassing Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. Will he do the right thing? Time will tell. As Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, noticed last week, Victor needs to focus less on getting even with Jack and more on making things right with Nikki. Priorities. Here are 3 things Victor needs to work on before Nikki acquiesces and allows Victor her companionship. Tell us if you agree. 1. Victor is uber judgy. Victor had the temerity to tell Claire that her friend with benefits Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, is, and we quote, a man of ill repute. Well, hello kettle, please meet pot. What an audacious double standard Victor lives by. Good thing he's perfect, not. Before Nikki considers coming back, we hope Victor loses his need to judge others. 2. Victor tries to buy love. Instead of doing better, Victor too often tries to smooth over his bad behavior with trinkets and flattery. Case in point, instead of getting rid of the AI program as Nikki requested, he gave her a gaudy necklace for Christmas. Okay, he still has time to get rid of the software before New Year's. But we can't help but notice that his first attempt to smooth things over with Nikki is via a bribe. 3. Victor can't let go of the past. 3. Victor has used his orphanage upbringing as an excuse for bad behavior one too many times. Instead of vowing that he will do better, Victor relied on his orphan story to gain sympathy. That was a long time ago, Victor. We won't mention how many years, but suffice it to say that you've had time to process your unfortunate childhood. People with less than you exhibit much more growth. Tell us why in our fans should Nikki leave Victor once shocking news of the Young and the Restless. 3 reasons Nikki needs to leave Victor and not look back. It seems that the Young and the Restless is taking fans on yet another whirlwind journey of drama, betrayal, and shocking decisions in Genoa City. Today, the spotlight falls squarely on Nikki Newman, the soap's enduring femme fatale, who once again finds herself at a crossroads that could redefine her life forever. Longtime viewers know Nikki as a woman who has endured heartbreak, triumphs, and countless betrayals. But her relationship with Victor Newman, the enigmatic and often domineering media mogul, has always been the most complicated of all. With the latest twists in the series, it's becoming increasingly clear Nikki needs to leave Victor Newman, and she needs to do it without hesitation. Here are 3 compelling reasons why leaving Victor isn't just a dramatic option. It's a necessity for Nikki's survival, happiness, and sanity. Reason 1. Victor's manipulation has gone too far. Victor Newman has always been a master of control. Over decades on YNR, viewers have seen him use his wealth, influence, and personal charm to bend situations and people to his will. While some have argued that Nikki and Victor's love is a passionate, almost Shakespearean tale of for better or worse, recent episodes have shown that the balance of power is dangerously skewed. In the latest storyline, Victor's actions have crossed the line from protective husband to manipulative overlord. Nikki has been subjected to constant pressure to make choices that serve Victor's business and personal interests, rather than her own happiness. She's forced to mediate disputes, cover up secrets, and even compromise her values to placate Victor's ego. While Victor often frames these as acts of love or loyalty, the reality is far darker. Nikki is being trapped in a gilded cage, expected to bend to Victor's whims at the expense of her own identity. For viewers who remember the days when Nikki had an independent streak, this current storyline is painful. She once had ambitions, friendships, and a life outside of Victor Newman's shadow. The soap has been subtly reminding fans that Nikki's happiness has been systematically suppressed. By leaving Victor, Nikki can reclaim her autonomy and rediscover the version of herself that existed before Victor's dominating presence became her defining reality. Moreover, Victor's manipulations have real consequences. In recent episodes, Nikki has been forced into situations where her choices directly impacted the well-being of her children and even her friends. Every time Nikki complies, she sacrifices a piece of her own life, creating a cycle of guilt, self-doubt, and emotional exhaustion. This is not love. It is psychological imprisonment. And in the world of Y&R, viewers know that prolonged exposure to Victor's controlling tendencies can have devastating effects on even the strongest women. Reason 2. Nikki deserves real love and emotional safety. If there's one thing longtime fans know about Nikki Newman, it's that she has a deeply romantic soul. Her love for Victor has been enduring, passionate, and transformative, but the reality of their relationship is far from ideal. While Victor is undeniably charming, powerful, and at times genuinely affectionate, he is also emotionally volatile, prone to manipulation, and frequently self-serving. The latest episodes have amplified this dynamic, showing Nikki caught in the emotional crossfire of Victor's schemes. Her heart has been bruised time and time again, with Victor often prioritizing his business empire, revenge plots, or personal vendettas over the woman he claims to love. The pattern is clear. Nikki gives endlessly, but the emotional safety and reassurance she craves are fleeting at best. Real love is not just about passion. It is about security, trust, and mutual respect. Victor may offer fleeting moments of passion and affection, but Nikki deserves a love that consistently nurtures her, not one that leaves her questioning her worth or second-guessing her choices. She deserves a partner who sees her as an equal, values her opinions, and cherishes her independence, not someone who wields love as a weapon to maintain control. The series has historically shown Nikki's vulnerability when it comes to love, making her a deeply sympathetic character for viewers. Fans who have followed Nikki's journey understand that leaving Victor is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of courage and self-respect. For Nikki, choosing to leave Victor could finally open the door to relationships rooted in equality, mutual admiration, and genuine emotional intimacy, a far cry from the exhausting drama she currently endures. Reason 3. Breaking free could inspire a new chapter in Genoa City. Nikki Newman is a legacy character, and her actions ripple across Genoa City. Leaving Victor would not just be a personal decision. It could ignite a transformative narrative for the entire show. Over the years, viewers have seen Y&R explore themes of redemption, reinvention, and self-empowerment through its most iconic characters. Nikki's potential departure from Victor could be the ultimate expression of these themes. Imagine Nikki no longer tethered to Victor's controlling influence, reclaiming her social and professional identity. She could return to managing Newman Enterprises on her terms, or even explore ventures entirely outside the Newman dynasty. Beyond the business, Nikki could rebuild relationships with her children and friends from a place of authenticity rather than obligation. This is a character who has the power to redefine herself at every turn, and a clean break from Victor could be the catalyst for a compelling new arc. From a narrative perspective, leaving Victor also injects fresh tension and intrigue into Genoa City. Victor Newman without Nikki is a destabilized power structure, ripe for conflict, revenge plots, and high-stakes drama. For Y&R fans, this is exactly the kind of storyline that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Who will rise to challenge Victor? How will Nikki navigate life beyond him? What new alliances, rivalries, and romances await her? The show has historically thrived on reinvention, and Nikki stepping away from Victor could serve as a symbol of empowerment for viewers, particularly those who have followed her struggles over decades. It would be a bold move, signaling that even long-standing characters can evolve, grow, and demand respect, sending a powerful message about resilience, self-worth, and the emotional toll on Nikki. Beyond the external consequences, the emotional toll of remaining with Victor cannot be overstated. Nikki has been through heartbreak, betrayal, and manipulation multiple times, yet her loyalty to Victor often keeps her trapped. The latest episodes highlight a heartbreaking pattern. Nikki is sacrificing her peace of mind and mental health in the name of love. Viewers are witnessing Nikki increasingly question her identity, wrestle with feelings of guilt, and face the reality of being consistently undervalued. Her inner turmoil is palpable, making her journey deeply relatable. Fans can empathize with the exhaustion of loving someone who continually undermines your autonomy, a struggle that is all too human. By leaving Victor, Nikki could finally prioritize her mental and emotional well-being, breaking the cycle of self-sacrifice that has defined her life for far too long. Potential fan reactions. Nikki Newman leaving Victor Newman would undoubtedly send shockwaves through the YNR fandom. Many viewers are emotionally invested in Nikki and Victor, seeing them as an iconic pairing that defines the soap. However, the character development potential here is enormous. Fans who have long advocated for Nikki's independence and self-determination will likely celebrate this bold move. Social media would undoubtedly explode with speculation, memes, and passionate debates. Would Nikki find love again? Would Victor seek revenge? Or would he be forced to confront his own flaws? Could Nikki reclaim her career and social influence in Genoa City? The possibilities are endless, and they all promise high engagement, emotional investment, and the kind of storytelling that keeps YNR fans coming back episode after episode. Conclusion: Nikki deserves freedom. The evidence is overwhelming. Nikki Newman needs to leave Victor and not look back. Victor's manipulation has reached an intolerable level. Nikki deserves genuine love and emotional safety, and breaking free could spark a fresh, empowering chapter in her life and in Genoa City. The Young and the Restless has always been a show about bold choices, high stakes, and unforgettable drama. Nikki Newman stepping away from Victor would be a defining moment for the series, one that could redefine her character, inspire viewers, and ignite thrilling new storylines. After decades of loving, sacrificing, and navigating Victor's complex personality, Nikki has more than earned the right to reclaim her life, her independence, and her happiness. For decades, viewers have watched Nikki Newman endure the highs and lows of love, loss, and power in Genoa City. Now, more than ever, it's time for Nikki to choose herself, boldly, unapologetically, and without looking back. It's time for Nikki to leave Victor Newman and finally step into the life she deserves. A life filled with freedom, respect, and real, unmanipulated love. The drama is far from over, and the ripple effects of Nikki's decision will be felt across Genoa City for months, if not years, to come. But one thing is certain: the days of Nikki being held hostage by Victor's influence must end. Nikki Newman's story is far from finished, and leaving Victor could be the beginning of her most powerful chapter. Shocking news of The Young and the Restless. Victor is uber judgy, and everyone's feeling the heat. If you thought Victor Newman had already reached peak drama, think again. The Young and the Restless fans, brace yourselves. Today's latest developments show Victor stepping into what can only be described as uber judgy territory. From business deals to family decisions, no one is safe from the piercing gaze of Genoa City's most formidable patriarch. Here's a breakdown of why Victor's judgmental streak is causing chaos, heartbreak, and jaw-dropping tension on the CBS soap. Victor Newman, a legacy of power meets judgment. Victor Newman has always been synonymous with control. Over the decades, he's built Newman Enterprises from a struggling business to a corporate empire. But alongside this success comes an ironclad expectation. People do things his way or face consequences. Today, viewers are seeing a sharper, more critical side of Victor, and it's not just about business anymore. He's casting judgment on everything: family decisions, romantic entanglements, and even moral choices. It all started during a tense meeting with his board of directors. Victor's eyes were on everyone, calculating, assessing, and evaluating. His judgmental glare alone seemed capable of freezing anyone in their tracks. The fans online are buzzing with theories. Is Victor's judgment fueled by genuine concern, a fear of losing control, or simply his innate need to dominate every room he enters? 1. Victor's family is feeling the pressure. Victor's family has always been his weak spot, but lately it seems his judgmental nature is creating cracks where there were none. Let's break down the current dynamics. Nikki Newman. Nikki has long been Victor's emotional anchor, but even she is not immune to his scrutiny. Today, Nikki found herself under Victor's intense gaze for expressing a personal choice he deemed unacceptable. Sources close to the show suggest that Nikki's attempt to assert independence might be the catalyst for a heated showdown. Fans are already speculating. Could Victor's judgment push Nikki to reconsider her relationship or even her own sense of self-worth? Adam Newman. Adam has faced Victor's judgment before, but recent events are amplifying it to an almost unbearable level. Adam's past mistakes and betrayals have always been magnified in Victor's eyes, but now even minor missteps are scrutinized. Viewers are predicting a confrontation that could explode into a full-blown Newman family crisis. Could Adam finally snap under Victor's relentless judgment, or will he strategize a way to turn the tables? Victoria and Nicholas. Even the younger generation is under the microscope. Victor's judgment has extended to his children's professional and personal choices, creating tension that fans describe as electric. Victoria's career decisions and Nicholas's romantic entanglements are no longer private matters. Victor's commentary is poised to shape the family's dynamics in ways we haven't seen before. 2. Business decisions under Victor's judgy lens. Victor's empire is vast, and anyone doing business with Newman Enterprises knows there's a fine line between compliance and outright rebellion. Today, Victor's judgmental streak reached new heights in a boardroom showdown. The Kane Winters situation. Kane Winters, typically confident in his business acumen, found himself on the receiving end of Victor's critique. Victor openly questioned Kane's strategy, leaving him visibly rattled. Fans watching live shared their shock online, with some commenting, "Victor's judgment isn't just sharp, it's surgical." The tension in this scene wasn't just about money. It was about Victor asserting dominance, reminding everyone that nothing escapes his scrutiny. Market moves and power plays. Victor's judgment extends beyond individual people. It reaches into market moves, acquisitions, and alliances. Today, he openly criticized a major deal, hinting that those involved lacked foresight and ambition. It's classic Victor Newman behavior. Assert control by making everyone feel just a little bit smaller than they are. The ripple effects of this could alter Genoa City's business landscape dramatically, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. 3. Romantic entanglements. No one is safe. Victor Newman is notorious for meddling in romantic affairs, and his judgmental tendencies are now spilling over into matters of the heart. Phyllis and Nick. Victor's eyes are everywhere, and today he didn't hold back in critiquing Phyllis and Nick's relationship choices. His judgment isn't just about moral opinions. It's about who he thinks is worthy and who aligns with his vision. Fans are already speculating that his interference might lead to explosive confrontations, secret schemes, or even the next big scandal in Genoa City. Sharon Collins. Victor's judgmental attitude is also extending to Sharon, whose decisions have long been controversial in the Newman family. Today, Victor subtly questioned her motives and her choices, sparking tension that could ripple into unexpected alliances and betrayals. Some fans are predicting that Victor's judgment might inadvertently push Sharon closer to an adversary, creating the perfect storm of soap opera drama. Why Victor's judgment is more intense than ever. You might be wondering, what's driving Victor to be extra judgy right now? Several factors are at play. Fear of losing control. Victor has always thrived on control. Any hint of rebellion, whether in business or family matters, triggers a heightened judgmental response. It's his way of reminding everyone who's in charge. Personal betrayals. Over the years, Victor has been betrayed by friends, lovers, and even family. This history makes him hypercritical, especially when he senses that someone might make a choice he considers foolish. Protective instincts. Surprisingly, some of Victor's judgment may stem from a protective instinct. While it often comes across as domineering, he genuinely believes he is guiding his family and associates toward the right path. Of course, this guidance comes with a heavy dose of public criticism. Fan reactions. Social media erupts. It didn't take long for fans to notice Victor's extra judgy behavior. Twitter and fan forums are buzzing with reactions. Victor's judgment today was next level. I felt like I needed to duck every time he spoke. Poor Nikki. She's trying to breathe, and Victor won't let her. This is brutal. I love that Victor is back to being ruthless. Nothing beats a Newman at full power. Some fans are taking sides, debating whether Victor's judgment is fair or just a display of power. The division online mirrors the tension on screen, a true hallmark of a high-stakes soap story for Genoa City. Victor's judgmental streak is more than a personal quirk. It has real consequences for everyone around him. Here's a glimpse of what might unfold in the coming weeks. Family feuds escalate. Victor's criticism could push family members to rebel or seek alliances outside the Newman family. This could mean secret plots, dramatic exits, or unexpected confrontations at family gatherings. Business rivalries intensify. Anyone trying to challenge Victor in the corporate world will feel the full weight of his judgment. Expect tense boardroom battles, high-stakes deals, and power struggles that could reshape Newman Enterprises. Romantic drama peaks. Victor's interference in relationships is likely to trigger heartbreak, jealousy, and betrayal. For a show like The Young and the Restless, that's a recipe for must-see television. Audience engagement soars. Fans love a character who commands attention, and Victor's judgmental streak is a perfect catalyst for heated debates online, live reactions, and social media trends. Expect hashtags, fan theories, and countless discussions as viewers dissect every line of dialogue. Victor's judgy legacy. Victor Newman isn't just judgy, he's strategically judgy. Every critique, every glare, every calculated comment serves a purpose. For decades, he has used judgment as a tool to maintain control, assert power, and navigate the complicated world of Genoa City. Today, he's elevating that legacy, proving that even in 2025, Victor Newman can still dominate the scene like no other. The shocking part? His judgment isn't predictable. Fans have learned that when Victor's eyes narrow, chaos is imminent, and often the fallout is explosive. From family rifts to business wars and romantic entanglements to public confrontations, Victor's uber-judgy streak ensures that Genoa City will never be the same. What's next? Predictions and fan theories. The excitement among viewers is palpable. Here's what fans are theorizing based on today's shocking events. A family rebellion. Victor's relentless judgment could spark a rebellion from his children or close family members, potentially leading to a major shift in Newman family dynamics. A business coup attempt. Someone in Victor's inner circle may decide they've had enough and attempt a coup within Newman Enterprises. This could lead to intense boardroom showdowns and strategic betrayals. Romantic turmoil. Relationships under Victor's scrutiny, especially those involving Nikki, Sharon, or Phyllis, could explode into scandal, betrayal, or even temporary separations. Victor's soft spot revealed. Despite his tough exterior, fans hope to see moments where Victor's judgment comes from a place of care, offering rare glimpses into the heart beneath the empire. Conclusion. Today's shocking news from The Young and the Restless is clear. Victor Newman is uber-judgy and no one is safe. From family conflicts to corporate battles, and from romantic entanglements to moral judgments, Victor's critical eye is reshaping Genoa City in real time. Fans are captivated, shocked, and buzzing with theories, as the Newman patriarch reminds everyone that in his world, judgment is both a weapon and a shield. As we look ahead, one thing is certain. When Victor Newman is watching, nobody can breathe easy. Every glance, every word, every calculated critique carries weight. And for fans of The Young and the Restless, this is exactly the kind of drama, tension, and jaw-dropping entertainment we live for. Buckle up, Genoa City. Victor is judging, and the fallout promises to be explosive. And the Restless spoilers. Mariah visited by Ian Ward, a nightmare come true? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, will soon deal with a nightmare come true, as she is still in a treatment center for her unsettling experience overseas, when Ian Ward, Ray Wise, comes for a visit. She thinks she's hallucinating, but is she? Ian Ward was shown several months ago waking up in an ambulance. Ian Ward's last scene on the CBS soap, which was several months ago, showed Ian in an ambulance being taken from the Newman Ranch, and supposedly dead, he woke up. This was after he and Jordan Howard, Colleen Zank, were killed, or at least we're pretty sure she was, after the nightmare they put the Newmans through. This ended an arc where Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, was made to believe she killed Heather Stevens, Vale Bloom, when actually Jordan killed her. Sharon had been drugged, but she didn't realize it, thanks to the complicity of Jordan and Ian. Everyone assumes that Ian met his end after being shot by Victor Newman, Eric Braden. But did he? Mariah thought she killed an older man she drunkenly had an intimate encounter with. Mariah had been on a business trip overseas when she got drunk one night and ended up having an intimate encounter with an older man, a stranger she'd never met. She apparently was reminded of Ian in some way or another, and flipped out and killed him, or at least she thought she had. It was later revealed he survived. She has remained in this treatment center ever since, forsaking even her wife Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, and their daughter Aria, Porter Copeland, Maddie, and Millie Engel. Mariah has pushed all her loved ones away, feeling unworthy of their love. Even Sharon hasn't been able to get through to her. So, when Ian shows up to visit her in the episode airing Friday, January 2nd in the United States, she likely thinks she's hallucinating or having a PTSD flashback. Ian again makes a miraculous return from the dead. As previously mentioned, after Victor shot Ian several months ago, he woke up briefly in the ambulance, and it's possible the ambulance driver and the paramedics were cult members or henchmen. That means even if he was reported as deceased, it may not be true after all. It's nothing the sinister cult leader hasn't done before. Mariah had been raised in his cult and first came to Genoa City as his operative to torment Sharon, but then they bonded. But for Mariah, Ian's visit will confuse and frighten her. She will likely think she's having a post-traumatic stress disorder attack or she's hallucinating. But it looks like what's really happening is her worst nightmare is coming true, and her tormentor is back. Today's shocking news of Young and the Restless. Mariah visited by Ian Ward, a nightmare come true? It's a day that the Young and the Restless fans have been bracing for, and the latest spoilers suggest that Mariah Copeland's world is about to be turned upside down in a way she may never fully recover from. Ian Ward, the sinister figure who has haunted Genoa City in one form or another, is reportedly making his presence known again, and this time it's personal. For Mariah, a woman who has already endured her fair share of trauma, Ian's visit could mark the beginning of her darkest chapter yet. Mariah's hard-fought stability is at risk. Mariah has fought long and hard for a sense of normalcy in her life. Between her turbulent past, complicated family dynamics, and the pressures of motherhood, she's finally carved out a space where she can feel safe and loved. With Tessa, her daughter, by her side and a supportive circle of friends, one might think that she's found her sanctuary in Genoa City. But the Young and the Restless thrives on turning even the most peaceful lives into chaos, and the spoilers suggest Ian Ward is about to become the catalyst for Mariah's worst nightmare. For fans who have followed Mariah's journey, this is a devastating prospect. Ian Ward is not just a minor villain. He represents a dangerous force with a history of manipulation, deception, and cruelty. His previous interactions with Mariah and other Genoa City residents have shown that he has no qualms about breaking laws, bending minds, and leaving chaos in his wake. Seeing him rear his head once more will undoubtedly reignite fear, tension, and uncertainty, not just for Mariah, but for anyone who cares about her. Why Ian Ward's visit is so chilling. The question on every fan's mind is, why is Ian Ward visiting Mariah now? There's no official confirmation from the show, but insider whispers suggest this isn't a casual drop-by. Ian's character is synonymous with psychological games and emotional manipulation. His very presence carries the weight of menace. For Mariah, this visit is not a friendly check-in. It's a reminder that her past trauma isn't finished with her. Spoilers indicate that Ian may have a hidden agenda this time. Whether it's connected to Mariah personally, a broader plot against someone in her family, or a more complex scheme involving his past misdeeds, the outcome is likely to be intense. Ian's manipulative tactics could put Mariah in positions where she is forced to question who she can trust. And if history is any indicator, Ian's intentions are never pure. He thrives on fear and uncertainty. Mariah's emotional roller coaster. For viewers, this storyline promises high-stakes drama. Mariah is no stranger to emotional turmoil. Her past is littered with experiences that would shake even the strongest people. But Ian Ward represents a uniquely insidious threat. Unlike physical danger, his psychological warfare can make Mariah doubt herself, her judgment, and the safety of her loved ones. Fans can expect a complex emotional journey in the coming episodes. Mariah may oscillate between fear, anger, confusion, and determination. This is the kind of storyline that tests a character's resilience to its core. Will she crumble under the pressure, or will her inner strength and the support of those around her help her rise above this nightmare? Genoa City viewers will be glued to their screens as this storyline unfolds, hoping for a safe outcome but bracing for shocking twists. Family dynamics at stake. Mariah isn't facing this threat alone, and The Young and the Restless is likely to explore the ripple effects of Ian Ward's visit on her family. Tessa, though young, has already shown incredible maturity and insight, often serving as Mariah's anchor. But a villain like Ian can shake even the most grounded family members, and fans can anticipate moments where the mother-daughter duo may face difficult choices. Moreover, Mariah's connections with her extended family, including her adoptive mother Sharon Newman, may be pulled into the storyline. Sharon has always been fiercely protective of Mariah, and any threat to her safety will trigger emotional confrontations, moral dilemmas, and possibly risky decisions. As with many Y&R plots, loyalty and love will be tested in high-stakes ways, leaving fans questioning who will come out unscathed and who might be collateral damage in Ian Ward's schemes. The psychological game, Ian Ward's signature move. Ian Ward's notoriety comes from his ability to infiltrate the minds of those around him. Unlike straightforward villains, he doesn't rely solely on brute force. His strategies are about creating doubt, fear, and emotional vulnerability. Mariah is the perfect target for his manipulation, given her past traumas and her deep emotional investment in her family. Fans can expect tense exchanges, subtle threats, and mind games that force Mariah to confront her darkest fears. Ian's presence is a psychological storm, and his interactions are likely to involve manipulation, false promises, and emotional triggers that test Mariah's resilience. It's a storyline that promises both suspense and character development, as viewers will see Mariah's strength, intelligence, and resourcefulness put to the ultimate test. Potential allies and dangerous conflicts. In facing Ian Ward, Mariah won't be alone, but the allies she trusts could also face danger. Spoilers hint at possible involvement from other Genoa City residents, such as Sharon, Devin, and even Nick Newman. Each of these characters brings a different dynamic to the situation, offering protection, guidance, or emotional support. However, Ian's ability to manipulate situations may pit allies against one another, creating conflicts that could fracture relationships temporarily. The show has always excelled at exploring the complexities of human relationships under stress, and this storyline is no exception. Mariah's friends and family may find themselves in situations where loyalty and morality are tested, with Ian Ward orchestrating chaos behind the scenes. Fans should expect emotionally charged scenes, heated confrontations, and shocking twists that will keep them talking long after the episodes air. The high stakes for Genoa City. Ian Ward's visit isn't just a threat to Mariah, it's a potential game changer for Genoa City as a whole. The Young and the Restless thrives on intertwining storylines, and Ian's machinations could have far-reaching consequences. Business dealings, personal relationships, and old rivalries may all be impacted, making the storyline a central focus for the coming weeks. For viewers, this is the kind of drama that reminds them why they fell in love with Y&R in the first place. The blend of personal stakes, emotional tension, and unpredictable twists creates a high-engagement storyline that keeps fans glued to their screens. Ian Ward's return promises shock, suspense, and emotional intensity, all the ingredients of must-watch daytime drama.